Welcome to Heroes Feast. May we take your order, please? Welcome to Heroes Feast. Tell us what's your fantasy. Cowboys are the special. We got pirates on the side. Bastards on the daily. All you gotta do is decide. Take your time, cause we got plenty. Just 1 sec, gotta roll a d20. Eat it here or take it to go. Just put your earbuds in and enjoy the show. Welcome to Heroes Feast.
So, last we left off, it's a yawn. My bee. I'm full of Brussels and pork right now. I'm just going to read the story so far because Emily typed that after the session, and Emily of today doesn't remember really. So here we go. While Sheriff Agnes fills you in on what little information she had about Grim Razor, a frightened half-elf bursts into the sheriff's office hollering about a robbery at the bank. Agnes asks y'all to go check it out as a sort of test for your posse. Riding atop Duke in his horse form, you make it to the bank and make short work of the Blood Russell bandits who are trying to hold up the bank. Despite repeated warnings from Doc, you had to kill most of the gang save for one that you left unconscious for Agnes. Once you had taken care of the bandits, Sheriff Agnes turned up and took the unconscious bandit back to her jail cell. The half-elf returns and introduces himself as Bartholomew Higgins, the owner of the bank. He has enlisted your help in ensuring his monthly shipment of money for the bank makes it to him safe and sound. And then in your little side quest, it's been updated to reflect that you have accepted that side quest. Also, there's been an update to the map of chance in that I just put all of the locations on it because I didn't feel like updating it each time you heard about a place. So we'll say, I'm assuming... Let's hash this out real quick before we dive into the action of today. How long have you guys been in town for? Some of you I know grew up here, but let's just hash it out. We'll start with Duke, because I already know, Carlos, you have your backstory all fleshed out.
Pretty well fleshed out, I think. I think Duke's been checking out the town for at least a few months.
Solid. So it's reasonable to think he would know he'd know these places already anyways.
Yeah, I mean, vaguely. He's not really like a city dog, as it were.
Country dog. Country dog in the big city. And then how about Doc?
Well, I'm a traveling doctor, so I might have been here for like a week. I'm not too sure.
Excuse me. I'm gonna burp a lot this evening. I feel it. Burping and yawning.
Hooray.
Sorry to interrupt if that was an interruption. Otherwise, please continue.
That was more of a punctuation, if anything.
Power move.
This podcast is going to be great.
Oh boy. The highest of quality for our listeners. Nadine, you and your pa.
Yeah, I was going to say I live here, but also after your message this morning, my original thought was I'll retcon and be from the New Orleans one.
Brilliant.
Because it didn't seem like we were from here.
That was the plan. What did I call that document? What are the odds you remember what the New Orleans town was called, Carlos?
That
was over half a year ago, right?
0. Let me see. Was it half a year ago already?
I mean, I have the doc. I'll pull it up. I just was hoping I wouldn't have to do effort.
I guess we played it IRL, so there's not going to be like a whole lot of things up here.
Just to flesh it out, there is the big town of Chance, and then there's like a little tiny town to the north. Oh, and it's called Canary. Beautiful, but like with an I instead of a Y at the end.
Ha ha ha.
It's mostly populated by lizard folk, turtles, and tabaxis. So Nadine fits
That's
right
fucking me. Okay, my dad plays the clarinet, and that's where I'm from.
Brilliant. Love that. Does he play in the church band?
No, he's the preacher. He can't do both.
Oh, valid. That's right. If he has to do his sermons, he can't play at the same time. Correct.
Although, how rad would that be?
He just like says something about the Lord loves you and then does like a sick riff on his clarinet.
I'm not going to lie. I went to a service a couple weeks ago that did that. Except it was like one of those electronic boxes that he like made himself repeat.
What?
Those like you step on a pedal and it like repeats a segment of the thing, right? And you can like create your own song.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sure it has a professional proper name, and I know I've seen one and watched someone use it, but oh boy, I don't remember. Anyways, so there's also that, and then also there is to the southwest. No, west is where the ocean is.
That's water.
Southeast. To the southeast of town, there's a mountain range that separates the town of Chance from the rest of the continent. And there's a mining operation down to the southwest. There's a lot of mining operations, but like this is the big one. And they're trying to like mine their way through the mountain range so people don't have to go over the mountain range and, potentially die because of rock falls, avalanches, intense snowstorms, various monsters and creatures and whatnot. And instead, it'll just be a nice, easy pathway. So we're going to retcon and say those were already facts that were common knowledge because I forgot to thoroughly expand upon the lore of my world I've created. So my beat.
Is there perhaps a name that we all three have forgotten about this mountain range, since we're retconning?
I like that this mountain makes us forget.
Why we always gotta be naming mountains? These mountains don't need names. They're mountains. It's
We'll call it the Serpent Spine. It's a series. It's like a mountain range.
Gotcha.
And they're going to cut the serpent spine in half, which is a fun metaphor for how manifest destiny kills nature. That all taken care of. Y'all are still in the bank. Bart has started to very delicately, he's using like maybe 3 fingers max to pick up and try and drag out the dead bodies of the bandits that have been so lovingly left behind here.
It's very kind of him.
It's so kind of him to clean up your mess. I know. He's a good guy.
I reckon we should give him a hand, and I guess I'll pick up a dead body, playing it over my shoulder. See if I
Is
can
it the one that you ripped the arm off of?
Oh yeah, perfect.
Poetic.
Let's all pitch in.
I don't really want to bloody my paws, like literally.
I'll take. No worries, Doc.
That's why he has his spiritual weapon. He just attacks from afar, and then he doesn't have to worry about blood.
I'll take your share, and I pick up a second dead body.
It's real kind of you, Duke.
How ripped is Duke? How buff is he?
He's fairly strong, but he's like,
Isn't he a twink?
no, he's not a
It's
twunk. He's not that squinty.
He's a twunk. That's right.
Oh, right, yeah.
+2 to strength. However, like imagine
A
more like
himbo.
a swimmer's bod, kind of like that, kind of
An otter.
like my other character.
I was gonna say, I was like, you seem to
Yeah.
gravitate towards the swimmer bod.
The ideal. No, here, let me. I'll find a picture.
Peak human performance.
Exactly. You may not like what the human performance looks like, but this is within. No, he's +2 to strength.
Solid. All right, yeah. Carry out the dead bodies. Nadine, you getting in on this, or y'all just gonna clean up your bloody face? Maybe I don't know what you want to do with your
I
life.
already offered to help.
Okay, go for it then. I don't remember how many dead bodies there were.
Me neither.
7?
I think 7.
No, 6, because he saved one.
Yeah.
So that means 3 for each, because Doc's not doing anything.
They're already dead. There ain't much to do for them.
Reckoning 2 is about my max here.
Yeah, you can take.
I
take
figured
turns,
I would take
time.
one outside, come back, hit the next.
That's fair. We don't have to treat this like grocery shopping where you carry as many bags as possible.
I ain't never made a second trip in my life. And I ain't gonna start today.
You make a second trip, you lose. You're weak.
All I do is make trips.
That's true. That's like the essence of your job.
You say I can make a strength check to see if I can carry a third body.
Let's do it. First roll of the session
There you go.
for carrying dead bodies.
At 20, here we come, baby.
Oh, shit!
Ooh.
Prophetic.
Oh wow, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
man. You pile on that third body like it's
Can I
no
carry
big
a
deal.
fourth with that bad boy?
What was that?
Carry a fourth with that bad boy? That nat 20?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do double helpings on both arms. Go for it.
Beautiful. Duke's a beast.
He is a beast. He's a druid beast.
I will not admit this, but I am mildly impressed.
I'm struggling on the inside. Duke's sweating real hard, real bad.
On the outside, he's very composed, like, I've got this. And on the inside, he's like, oh my God. Why did I agree to this?
He's like, he was so concerned with whether or not he could actually pick it up. Duke didn't think twice about how long he'd be able to go.
Here's a fun follow-up. So Bart follows you guys out. I'm assuming, Nadine, you have your 1 body, and then Duke has 4. And you go outside. Now what will you do? Because now you have 5 dead bodies outside of a bank. And Bart's kind of like following behind you guys like, oh, yes, thank you very much again. Oh, Western accent.
Oh man, I sure was just gonna put it out on the porch.
I mean, the graveyard's right across the way here.
We have to have a wake first.
I mean,
God rest their mortal souls.
dust to dust, I don't think it'd be too much trouble just to leave him right there outside the graveyard.
And Bartholomew speaks up and he says, I don't really care what y'all do. I just would prefer them not to be on the premise anymore. You might recall earlier you suggested leaving the arm here, and I said, no thank you, because it might scare off my clientele. It's the same situation with these dead bodies. I would love to keep business a-coming, minus dead bodies. Again, thank you so much for killing them, but also...
I was gonna say maybe don't have such a robbable business.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to get moving. 4 bodies.
I'm gonna go over and pat Duke on the back and give him guidance. You got this, bud.
Oh, thank you, but I really appreciate that. And he starts like struggling his way like down the middle of town. I imagine this is town square.
Essentially.
Through town square with 4 dead bodies.
It's one of the town squares. We'll call it the main town square.
Right through the main square then.
You get a couple of looks. But they do have, the dead bodies do have like the...
Good evening, man.
They do have like the signature look of the Blood Russell Bandits, i.e. being red or kind of rust-colored paraphernalia. Accessories? You know, like a bandana or a scarf or what have you. Those are kind of the same thing.
We should start matching like this. This is nice. This is a cute look.
Uniform.
You already have a bandana, don't you, Duke?
That's a poncho. It's back to a poncho now. I guess it could be a bandana still, like a hank, like wrapped around my neck. I don't know.
It's a very big bandana in a way.
Yeah.
But all right, so
what are blankets and tents, but really big bandanas, you know?
So you're making your way to the graveyard, carrying 4 bodies, and then Nadine has the other body.
Oh, I am dragging it.
We'll say Bart grabbed the final body just so you guys don't have to go back just for the one body, and so he's also kind of dragging it behind. Like Duke is kind of somewhat attempting respectfully carrying these dead bodies, and then you and the bank owner are just dragging these fuckers through the dirt. It's a fun trail of blood and other excrements as they go, because you know they're dead bodies, and that's what happens.
Thank you.
Duke's a little like singing a tune as he goes. Nice little cowboy tune.
And what would a cowboy tune sound like, Carlos?
Let's see here. The Lord is good to me, yeah, so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need: some sun and rain and an apple seed.
It's like my favorite song, just so you know.
Yeah, I sing that one constantly. My girlfriend hates it. I just sing that one part most of the time.
It's the only part there is, let's be real.
Yeah.
But excellent. So you make your way to the graveyard. It's your class. Have you guys ever been to like those older towns and they've got their weird little graveyards? And it's, you know,
like just 5 spikes in the
you know,
ground.
There's like a vibe there, and it's just kind of, you can tell it's old and weird. Although, wait, hang on. This is a new town. This would be a new graveyard. Just kidding. I was picturing the old West towns I've been to. But no, it's a nice graveyard. There's only like a couple graves. Like you can tell I guess it's kind of grim, but they've been expecting a lot of deaths, so they've kind of partitioned off a lot more space than the graves there are. Like I would venture to say that maybe only an 1/8 so far have been filled with graves, and there's like one mausoleum. It probably belongs to a rich family in town.
That's just smart city planning.
They're anticipating death, as you do.
People gotta die.
They do. Death comes for us all. But yeah, so what do you all want to do now?
We're just leaving them there, right?
I reckon we leave.
Just pile them up on the doorstep.
This is where they belong. We'll just leave them here for someone else to deal with.
Okay,
It's fine.
I'll go
You can
knock
do that.
on
It's-
the
no.
door of the gravekeeper or whatever.
I ain't want no buzzers to starve out here. I mean, buzzers gotta eat too. I don't know,
Nature.
coyotes around here. You can get a nice little snack before bed.
Don't forget about snakes.
I'm just bullying you guys. You don't have to talk to the mortician if you don't want to, but you
Oh,
can.
I absolutely do.
Mortician. Righto. So that is the building right there next to the doctor's office. So Doc, you give it a little old rat-a-tat-tat with the old knuckles, and you hear there's someone inside, but they have made no, what's the word? Oh God.
Indication.
Yes, no indication that they have heard you.
Hello? Is anybody home?
Still nothing. Whoever, they're just kind of puttering around. You hear like some like glasses being rattled.
I can hear you in there.
Oh shoot, the man doesn't want to be bothered. I mean, I'll just leave these bodies right outside. I don't suppose he would mind.
Oh, we should put them on his doorstep. That's an idea.
I mean, he's the, what do you call it, mortician?
Sure.
I reckon there's ain't nothing better. Sir, I hope you don't mind. We're gonna leave these. What is it? 1, 2,
6?
6. Yeah, I can count. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna leave these here 6 bodies right out front of your door. If you don't mind, should we leave a note? Do you think we heard?
How loudly are you saying this?
Relatively loud. I'm like yelling it as best I can.
Let's do a roll. Let's see if they can hear ya.
Oh, they're deaf. I see. Nice.
Nah, whoever's inside, they just keep puttering away.
Is there like a little window or like a window on like the wall?
This one has like a proper door, just because like you don't want those nasty morgue scents floating out into the greater populace.
Of course.
I'm gonna say no windows too, just because I imagine you'd want to keep out the sun as much as possible, because I don't think fridges have been invented. But magic could maybe make a fridge. I just don't.
Yeah, you want to make these people live in a little hellhole. I guess they don't have to live there.
They can go back to the mainland. The mainland is very posh and very technologically, magically advanced.
Listen here, there ain't nothing ugly about death. It's not something to fear.
I just don't want them dealing with bloated bodies.
There is the gentle repose spell.
What does that do?
It makes the bodies not go stinky.
There's a spell just for that.
Well, they don't decay, but like that's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's like your weird little zombie friend. Righto.
I reckon it's for bringing people back if you need to save the body.
That's valid. I forget magic is beneficial.
It lasts a whole 10 days.
Okay, then. So we will say that there are windows in the front of the building. So who wants to give a little peeperoonie in there and see what's going on?
Duke, come here with me. Let's
All right.
see this man. Nadine, you too.
Are there 2 windows on either side of the door, or is it just one window?
Yeah, classic old-timey setup where it's the door in the middle and 2 windows on either side, and they've got like the little cross thing in the middle to hold the window panes in.
Doc, your head here takes up that whole window. Me and Nadine are going to take this one over here. Whoa.
All right, you guys look in
We're all just gonna perv in a bunch of weirdos.
with a bunch of dead bodies. Hoo boy. These fucking sickos came to our town. Peeking in windows, leaving dead bodies everywhere.
Bloody were those bodies.
I mean, Nadine bit one of them, so.
Yeah, Nadine ripped out a throat.
And you ripped off an arm.
You ripped off an arm. Most of them were bludgeoned to death. So they're all various.
You might say all of them were bludgeoned to death.
I think Duke is relatively bloody right now.
Yeah, you guys are all kind of fucked up. Well, actually, you guys, I don't think took. Well, no, Duke did take quite a bit of damage, so he's also looking bad.
Oh, yeah, he's dying right now. I forgot.
I'm
And
all
yet
right.
he still managed to carry 4 bodies. What a champ! So you look in, and at the front, you can see like a little office table with like a little oil lamp on it. The oil lamp is off because it is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes. Wish I had a little fantasy timer that could keep track of the time for me, but whatever. And there are some coffins of various sizes. Picture that one scene in Balto, and there's like little kid coffins and then mostly adult coffins because
What?
they don't.
Assumes that everyone has seen Balto and memorized it.
It's a good movie. It's a scene, and because all the kids are dying of the disease, but there's no plague here that you guys have heard of yet.
That means there is
So.
one somewhere.
You never know what secrets the DM has brewing.
I mean, there's a plague. I mean, at some place, somewhere, right?
Accidents happen. Sometimes a kid goes in the water and is dumb and forgets that they can't swim, and then they drown. Kids are stupid.
I'm not sure I'd call that a plague, but
Well, I'm just saying that's the cause for the child-sized coffins. But also, gnomes and dwarves exist too. So who's to say?
I mean, let's be honest. Children are plague.
Anyways, so lots of coffins of various fancy work and whatnot. And then through another door, you can see back into it. And it's a more clinical, clean looking area, more metallic than wooden, like the front of the store. And you can see an old golden dragonborn kind of puttering around. And you realize he probably couldn't hear you guys because he's just so fucking old. Like, dragonborns is hard to tell.
Scales have wrinkles.
That's how old he is. The scales are wrinkly even.
They're like kind of dull.
Yeah, like they're like dull, they're chipped. You just, Nadine, it might be easier for you to verify the age given that you also are Valier the scale variety. But yeah, he's an old son of a gun.
okay, just wave my arms around in front of the window.
I'm gonna flash him with light.
Or that. Magic, okay.
Just illuminate Nadine's arms and it's like this
Yeah.
monster shadow being inside waving around. So you do that fun display and you finally see this dragon where he like looks up and you like kind of see his face go, oh. You can't hear it, but like you can see it. And it like pushes up his little glasses, the tiny kind. I don't know if those have a name or not.
Oh, I think they do, but
Pince-nez.
Does Anthony know the name? Is that what you just said?
Yes. There's like pince nez or something like that.
We'll go with that. You gonna set the building on fire there, Duke?
Ignore that. That was just, I saw that Doc was able to put up that cool spell. I'm like, oh, how you do that? And
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's putting around.
Experimenting. Righto. So it takes a bit longer than you might like, but eventually he gets to the door and he opens it and he says, what can I do for y'all? You seem a little more vibrant than my usual clientele.
We found these. Gesture to that.
If you notice teeth marks that might match my own, disregard it. Unrelated.
I mean, yeah, dude, let's be
There
honest.
was a nasty dog attack too,
A horse.
and a horse.
The animals just went feral. He kind of like looks over his glasses at the array of dead bodies you have procured for him. He again just does the little, oh, well, I do enjoy this work, so I guess this is the work I get to do. Would y'all be so kind as to bring these inside for an old dragonborn such as myself?
You want them chopped up first or whole? Okay, whole is my mistake. It's not a place. I see.
Would you like a steak cut, or would you like... He doesn't even blink though. He's just like, I don't know. He's like a fucking weird dragonborn. You know, you deal with dead bodies all the time. You get a little funky. So he doesn't even blink at your request, and he's like, "Whole is best." I see y'all kind of beat me to it. I guess there's an arm missing there.
Oh,
Y'all
shoot,
know
where did I put that?
Oh, did we bring the arm?
I'm sure Bartholomew can handle that. Give him the option to hang it up if he wants, you know?
Oh yeah, Bartholomew is still there with you guys. He just watched you all do this display of looking through the window.
Hi there, Bartholomew. Didn't see you there.
But you can see he's a little green around the gills, and he's like, yeah, I'll go get that arm.
Yeah,
I
Barty,
guess.
why don't you run along? Don't worry about that arm. I'll come back for it. You could've-
Don't call me Barty. I'll be right back.
All
See
right.
you then, Barty.
Were he a different man, he would have flipped you off, but he's a respectable businessman, so he's just gonna keep walking.
So we instead said, "Fuck you, partner."
Reckon he would have shot us if he had a gun?
Probably.
Good, he didn't have a gun then. Anyway, about these bodies. Nadine, you want to grab those arms up there? I'll grab the legs. We'll take them in one at a time.
Now Bartholomew speaks. Nope, not Bartholomew. The Dragonborn speaks up and he says, I don't have enough tables for all these bodies, but I guess we can just pile them up to the side here, and I will get to them when I get to them.
What's your name, anyways, Mr. Mortician, sir?
You can call me Ichabod Salazar or Mr. Salazar.
I'm just gonna write down Mr. Salazar because I have no clue what that first name was.
That's pretty easy. Ichabod.
Yeah.
Ichabod?
Ichabod.
It's
As in Ichabod Crane.
I know who that is. Oh, I actually spelled it right first time. Look at me.
Gold star. Yeah, so eventually you bring in all the bodies and you pile them all up. You can see he already has like one body there, but it's like, it looks pretty nasty. Who wants to roll a medicine check? Perhaps the doctor.
Oh,
I'm a doctor.
I mean, you can still roll it if you want to, Nadine, Kate, person. It's up to you.
Oh, I thought that was one of the skills I chose, but it's not.
Ah, shit.
Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, sure.
Here, buddy, I say you're more clever than a skunk in a barnyard. You know what I'm saying? So, and I cast guidance on him.
Oh,
Doc there.
Oh, that's cute. You guys can guidance each
can
other.
we get double guidance? Is that a thing?
I don't know. Does guidance stack like that?
Doesn't say anything.
Do you desperately want to know what's up with this body that badly?
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, hold on. Honesty time. I reorganized the spells I prepared for this run, so technically I don't have it yet.
Oh, okay.
Right, the normal guidance. 14.
Yeah. So with that check, you can tell this body looks like it was buried and then unburied, and it looks like it's been picked at by a couple of birds, like after it was dug up.
Neat. Is it a male, a female, what race?
We will say.
Can I tell occupation?
Nah, because they were buried in like nice clothes. You know, respectable, like when you die. They, you know, you want to look good for fantasy Jesus. But we'll say it is a human man.
Hell yeah, down with humans.
What's the name for a mortician's place?
the morgue. You guys are in the morgue currently. It's a little cold.
And you said it was a human, right?
Human man.
Human man. Human man.
Looked to be about middle age, perhaps in his mid-50s.
Gotcha.
My instinct is to stop looking at it.
Good instinct. It's kind of nasty looking. Now that the bodies are all put to the side. And Ichabod sees you eyeing this body. And he walks up to the good doc and he says, "It's a real shame. Someone seems to be going around. I found this one body and just plumb dug up and left for the birds, which defeats the whole purpose of my whole..." And he kind of like stares off vaguely, like he lost the thread of what it was he was talking about for a moment.
I'm gonna wave my hand in front of his face and be like, "You okay, sir?"
Oh, yes, my whole establishment here. Yes, it really does put a stick in my craw, it does.
Yep. Do you know when this person like does the deed?
Oh, I don't know who does it.
Right.
I just come and I see the graves dug up. This is the first time I've seen a body just sitting there, though. Usually they're just gone. He just kind of like shrugs.
Right.
I wish I knew, because then I could tell him, hey, bury these bodies again. Stop undoing all my hard work. You know, it is hard. It is hard to go out there and dig holes all the time, and they gotta be real deep, or the coyotes will dig them up. And it just takes. I'm plumb tuckered every day, and I've been doing this for about 70, 80 years now. No, the town's not that old.
He's just saying all that as he does this.
He's an old man. He's living his truth, you know. Feel free to cut him off whenever you want.
No, I'm just gonna let him go on.
Here we go
I'm
then.
gonna be like,
I was a mortician back on the mainland, but people didn't die as much then. It was a more civilized society. That's not as rough and tumble out here. We got coyotes, we got coyotes, we got those rattlers, we got all those goddamn gangs running around acting like they're tough, firing off those pistols and whatnot. And this town's gone to heck in a handbasket, I tell you what. But Sheriff Agnes, she's doing the best she can. She's the only one here. And she had a deputy, but I buried him 5 months ago. Yes. His grave hasn't been untouched though. His grave is intact still.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir? Have you ever thought about getting an assistant?
Nadine, it's rude to interrupt people.
Don't cut the man off when he's telling a story.
I was tired of that story.
Again, he just doesn't really react to the things you guys say. So like normally, a person would be like offended, but he just kind of looks at you and he's like, "Oh yes, well, what did you ask?"
You complain so much about how you gotta bury them yourself. Just hire someone to do it.
Little lady, little ma'am, that costs money.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, which of y'all fine folks will be paying for the burial rites of these 6 fellas?
I mean, you can just leave them out. I ain't gonna pay for them.
Put up a note in the town square. Their mamas will come.
Hey, if you haven't seen Jimmy for a while, he's dead. Take him up. Good lordy.
I mean, a natural burial. There's nothing wrong with a natural burial. You can take them out, leave them in nature, and let the earth take them back to where once they came.
What's that one thing called? Like a sky burial, and it's like they put them on the mountain, and then birds just like eat them.
Sky burial.
Never heard of that.
It's a thing. Oh boy, I want to say in South America, like in the that one mountain range by Argentina.
Andes.
Andes. That's what I wanted to say, and then I was like, no, that's the mint. That's fake.
No, it's the Andes Mountains.
No, I know you're right, but I doubted my own knowledge of it was what I was, because I can't remember anything.
Oh, you too?
A worm? But yeah, so
Just like the old man, there went that train of thought.
I was reading my notes because I did something out of order, and I'm wondering if I can fix it, but it's fine. But yeah, so we never decided on if you guys had money or not, huh?
I have no money.
So you're all broke. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have any money at all.
Who needs earthly possessions when the earth shall provideth?
Nadine, you got any money?
Theoretically.
Let me just send a little wire message to Pa.
Hey, Dean, don't beat around the bush. You ain't got any money. You ain't got any money. You got lots of money. Oh, cool. You ain't got to share it with us.
Okay then.
Though if you want to be mighty kind, please do.
Hey, person I met 2 hours ago, give me some money.
Well, why don't we just do whatever that little man over there wanted? He said he'd give us money.
You see a kind of vitality enter Ichabod for a moment, like there's like a twinkle in his eye, and he says, I'll tell y'all what, I'll waive the fees for these fine young gentlemen if y'all bury them for me. Couple of three strapping young folks such as yourselves should not be a problem.
Yeah, I put on my digging shoes this morning. Let's give it a go.
I reckon why they got to be buried in the first place. You know.
Nope, can't you just be a dog and just kick up dirt?
I reckon I'm kind of tired outside of wild shape slots. But
Right.
Also, you have like 1 health point, so
That's fine. It's just digging dirt. Dirt don't bite.
I do have a hole right here in my belly. You're right. I ain't gonna stop beating around the business.
We don't gotta look at that.
Let me tell you what, sir. We'll come back and do it tomorrow.
Just leave the bodies in the street.
I can't argue with that. I don't want to do it, so you got
You gotta
yourself
do
a
your
deal.
thing to them first anyway. We can't just do it now.
He sticks out his hand to shake your hand, Nadine, to signify a deal struck.
Oh, hand shaking.
Yes, are you familiar with a handshake?
Yes, that was me saying I have shaken his hand.
Okay.
So firmly am I in this handshake.
A confident handshake for a confident lizard folk. But yeah, all right, accord sealed. You guys are going to come. So tomorrow is going to be your errand day, I guess, of picking up bank things and burying bodies.
As you do.
But okay, so as you guys, I'm assuming, are going to leave the morgue, correct?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so as you head out of the morgue, he kind of waves and he says, y'all come back, but not the way people usually come here. Because usually when people come there, they're dead.
Righto. Oh, right. All right, everybody, let's go. Don't look back. Keep going.
They can't see you if you're moving.
That's what I tell myself. All right.
Now where would y'all like to go?
I think it's time for an afternoon nap.
I was going to say, I believe there were some talks of inns, yes.
I
I
reckon
don't know. I'm pretty interested in Mary Ann's mini cans.
I was so
Sorry.
thrilled with that. I thought I was so clever to come up with that. Some of these are generated, but that one, off the dome.
Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't even read that. I believe I have the energy for Mary Ann's Mary cans. Mini cans? Mini cans.
Mini cans.
I mean,
Mary
they might be
cans
Mary.
would have been good too. But oh well.
Is everything that doesn't say what the business is just like an inn?
What?
Like things are like doctor's office, morgue, bank, and then it's like fanciful names. Are those all inns?
Those aren't all inns.
I imagine the Baby Boar grocer is a grocery.
Well,
store.
yes, thank
Like
you.
a general goods store, yeah. Mary Ann's Mini Cans, also general goods store. The Broken Hammer is a no, it's actually an inn. My bad. Rings
Oh.
Brew is the blacksmith.
Hey, Doc, what do you reckon the chances are that Mary Ann's Mini Cans is a brothel?
Well, if
Oh.
it is, I'm more interested.
I will say Sun Cider is the brothel, actually, which you would know, perhaps.
Oh, I thought that was the inn.
I've never felt the touch of another person.
They can fix that at Sun Cider.
Thank you for telling me that, voice in my head.
It's the voice of God. But yeah, actually, what you guys have picked up about the town as you've been here, is there are 2 general goods stores. There is the blacksmithery, the mine, and then there are the 3 different inns. Broken Hammer is the cheapest. Queen's Rest is expensive, and then Sun Cider is an inn, but also doubles as a brothel. So,
Sun and Cider it is.
Oh, all right, I guess.
That's the most charming name I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah, let's check it out then, I suppose. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
So Y'all are heading to Sun and Cider, not
Brothel.
Mary Ann's mini cans. Just to clarify.
Her mini cans can wait.
Duke is getting really like flush red, more so than normal.
Matches his hair.
Matches his hair. So
Duke, you're ripe as a tomato.
I mean, I've been in many brothels before. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new.
It's a soup place, right? They serve broth.
I'm gonna insight check that. Do I believe him?
I don't know. Are you telling the truth, Duke?
Hold on. I mean, this is for time for Duke notes, I suppose.
There's a little theme song that plays. Time for Duke notes.
Isn't he like young?
You don't believe him. He's full of hot air.
Right. So in my notes, I'm gonna put him down as a virgin.
What you writing there? Giving notes to your friends.
I can't read. What's going on?
I, like, check away my notebook and shove it in my vest. I think I have a vest. Maybe.
I love the visual of that. You guys are just talking about brothels, and like Duke's just like bragging, like I've been to a lot, and you just take out your notebook and you're like big old virgin and put it away because that was worth writing down. Very good.
I gotta make an like a change to my notes. It's gotta be big old virgin now. God has decreed it as such.
I heard the Lord's words in my head, and they declared.
Yeah, I mean,
He said that thy man is a big old virgin.
you feel one bosom, you feel them all, right? Like like big bases of sand. Yeah.
You know, Duke, I've never felt a bosom before, but as a doctor, I do know they don't feel like sand.
You never felt one. You don't know.
Well, that's true, and I don't intend to.
What kind of doctor ain't it?
I'm not a
The titty doctor.
yeah, I don't know what they're
I'm
called.
not sure you know where the bosom is.
I have big bosoms, and I.
Okay, you have big bosoms, and Duke turns like takes a step back and looks at your butt. Like, I mean, it looks pretty. I don't know.
Oh wait, is the bosom a top or a bottom? I don't.
Definitely
remember.
a top, but Duke doesn't know his words.
Okay.
Quick question: Nadine doesn't have lizard titties, right?
No.
Good.
That is also going in the book.
Just to clear, none of the lizard folks and none of the lady dragonborns have titties because that's horrendous, and I will not tolerate it.
Would I do
What
that?
do you mean these reptile people don't have mammary glands for mammals?
Exactly. But yeah, so you guys have this fun conversation as you head to Sun and Cider. And as you walk, you guys are actually you're kind of passing by the docks, which is where you will be tomorrow to pick up the shipment that
The money.
Bartholomew has asked you. The money, yes. And as you walk by, there's been a hum all about town just because there's people going about their day doing their thing. It gets a lot more rowdy and a lot more wild down by the docks, though, because instead of just like the normal humdrum people conversation, it's like actual shouting and like large boxes and crates being moved and jangled, and there's like horns going off and stuff. But as you make your way in, you arrive in front of Sun and Cider, which looks to be a very nice establishment, and you can kind of smell there's like this kind of mulled wine spice kind of smell coming out. It's
Oh,
quite
hell yeah.
nice.
Can I see what Duke smells with his like higher animal tap recipient?
Yeah, if you want. Let's see what the old sniffer smells.
What is this? Perception?
Yeah, we'll go for perception since there's not an actual like nose
I
roll.
mean, that's basically perception.
It's what can your nose perceive. We'll say you can also pick up trace senses of hormones, I guess. The horny smell. I don't know.
Pheromones.
Pheromones. There we go.
No, horny smell.
Your lover's stank. What was that?
Duke is flush red. He's like sweating in his poncho.
So yeah, y'all want to head on in?
Duke, how are you legally allowed to enter a brothel?
I mean, yeah, yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Are you a child?
Yes, Duke is not like 13. He's like I think I had him down as like 21 or
19?
19, yeah, he's right, 19.
Like still a baby, but like not a baby, you know?
He's of legal age.
He's a man, obviously. He's past 18.
18.
Yeah.
I think that lady there in the corner has. Do you think she knows? I think her shirt might have gone. I'm just gonna look this way.
You can look. You just can't touch.
Nadine, purveyor of many brothels. Her pappy's the preacher, but that ain't never stopped her. But yeah, also, the pictures that you guys see aren't entirely accurate to the visuals. It's just I didn't want you to stare at the quest log for forever. So this is somewhat accurate in that.
You mean it's not blurry?
Yeah, it's real shit quality, but like
It's pretty.
for some reason specifically.
Is there a one with her titties out right there in the house?
There are several women with their titties out, and then several guys with their titties out, and then several non-binary people with their titties out. There's someone
Oh,
for
fantastic.
everyone. Everyone's here. It's popping. There's like kind of like incest.
Incest?
Incest. the smoky good smell stuff. I can't fucking say that word.
You said it right the
Too
first
close.
time.
I did?
Incense.
Incense.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
And then you said the very wrong thing.
A peek behind the veil. That's the second word that I've tripped over because I almost was going to say premise because
I love it when you say that.
Eyes.
that's the curse of only ever learning words through reading. Is you don't know how to fucking say them.
That's like my go-to example every time. Is like my friend says premise.
Oh, my legacy. But yeah, so it's like it's kind of smoky in the room. It smells real fucking good, in addition to the pheromones that Duke's picking up. But it's like it's not rowdy. It's just kind of like a chill vibe, and everyone's having a good time. There's like big pillows everywhere and like silk banners hanging from it. It's very colorful, very glitzy, very glamoury. And as you walk in, you see this very large Aarakocra woman. Picture a peacock, essentially, because that's what she looks like. And her tail feathers spread, and she goes, "Darlings, welcome to Sun and Cider. What can we do for y'all?"
We'd like a bath, please.
Duke would really like one, but like with personal assistance, I'm sure.
Oh, I think I saw. The dock's not too far from now. Just take a quick dip. out there. Duke tries to leave.
Nope. Paw on the shoulder. You stay in here, bud.
All right.
She kind of like looks up your bloody physiques and whatnot, and she's just like, "Yeah, we have a
Forgot about
bathhouse.
that.
I think it would benefit y'all quite well. Do you have?"
Bath. You need a bath. It smells funny in here.
Don't worry, ma'am. He doesn't have a blood fetish. It's okay.
Something for everyone, wink wink. She just kind of like gestures to the folks around. She's like, "Well, if y'all would like some company in the baths, we can arrange. We also have a variety of fragrances y'all can use. We have lavender, and we have sunset pear, and we have trying to think of fucking scent. We have almond honey.
You give me rosemary or I'm leaving.
Oh, darling, we definitely have rosemary. Let me just and she like snaps.
I reckon these baths aren't free, right?
Oh no, honey, they will cost money.
Yeah. See, I have cash poor right now, I'm afraid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and. Ooh.
Can we just start a tab?
You can work here for like a night.
I'd rather not.
Okay, Duke, we can leave, but I gotta let you know that they do charge you for services no matter where you go.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Madam, you wouldn't happen to be the proprietor of this fine establishment, would you? Would you?
I am indeed. I am Madam Octavia, and I run this here Sun and Cider. We also have a variety of ciders if y'all would like to partake of a drink. I'm afraid that will also cost money, though.
Well, unfortunately, we are a little strapped for cash, so we'll have to put a rain check on being strapped other ways.
She like winks at you and does like a little chuckle, like she knows.
I don't think they sell like pistols or anything like that here.
No. You're too young. You wouldn't know what that means. Right.
She like smiles at you, Duke, and she's like, "Oh, you'll have fun here. I think you'll have a good time."
What?
But yeah, so if you guys want to leave, you can leave.
Y'all, I don't think that she got any problems she needs solving. I mean, I think our business is best suited elsewhere.
Madam, you wouldn't have any problems, right? We are
Y'all are problem solvers?
solvers of many a problem indeed.
That's where the blood comes from, huh? Is that that's the problem solving there?
Yeah, not just like fighting problems, though. We're also good for bodily problems. I'm good at that one. Nadine here, she's quite the
I go fast.
yeah.
Okay, tell
And
you what.
Duke's here quite the, bestial man.
I see. And she kind of leans forward, but she still looks a little hesitant, though. Roll persuasion.
Oh, I am actually good at persuading. That's right. 24.
Oh shit,
my God.
son. So something about your disgusting bloodied bodies.
I'm not that bloody. I'm the least bloody.
That's true. You just look like you're running around with a bunch of feral children.
I mean, I basically am, so.
Who's the oldest? I'm curious. It's not Duke. We know that much.
1 second. I have no idea how old I am.
I'm 35 years old.
I hatched some time ago.
I am 20.
Oh, so you are traveling with babies.
How old is 20 in like lizard folk years?
That's a good ass
Probably
question.
like
I think
dead.
lizard folk age the same, don't they? Or no, lizard folk are slightly younger, or am I thinking of Aarakocra?
It's
Aarakocra live only for like 20 years. I know
lizard
that.
folk reach
my
maturity
God.
around 14 and rarely live longer than 60.
Wow.
Rip.
So if I divide 20 by 60.
We're about similar age.
Doing some math for D&D. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm about 33 in the human equivalent.
I'm still older than.
This is fun. You're physically the same age as Duke, but like mentally you're Doc's age. This is interesting. I love it.
Doc, what you mentioned about age, did I say I was 19? I mean, I was Miss Octavia. How old do you have to be here at this establishment?
We prefer our patrons to be adults.
He's of childbearing age, that's for sure.
I mean, technically, the minute you start shooting anything out, you're childbearing age. That doesn't qualify. I can have a kid at 12. That doesn't mean I'm an adult.
What are you talking about?
Lord. Okay. Legal adults, of which Duke is one technically, yes. You have to be 18 to go to a strip club, right? This is the same idea.
I have no idea. I've never been to one.
I went to one for my friend's 18th birthday.
18.
Friend is a strong word. I went with two near strangers. It was very awkward.
Wasn't it like a Tuesday?
It was a Saturday, but it was at like 3 or 4 p.m.
Oh, God.
And it was with my advisor, my college advisor, and one of my brothers.
You just gotta be like, wow, those are some nice boobs right there.
They told me I could be a stripper if I want.
Ooh,
It's lovely. That.
make that money, girl.
Right?
I've lost the track. What's happening? What are we doing? What?
Duke's legal age.
Oh, she was about to reveal things to you. Yes, correct. Okay.
You don't have to reveal anything to us of any kind of nature.
She takes off her rope. No. She kind of just like,
I mean, there wouldn't be much there. I mean, birds don't have boobs.
it's just beautiful plumage all the way down,
Yeah.
essentially.
So wouldn't she be brown if she's a peacock? Or is it like...
Madame Octavia is trans. So that's why
Oh.
she is magnificent, colorful, and fantastic, but identifies she, her. She, her, hers.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Shouldn't it be the other way around then?
No.
No.
'Cause females are the brown one.
She was
Yeah.
born male at birth, but now she is female. She's a trans
There,
woman.
yeah. All right, yeah. Then,
Yeah.
then we're good. Yeah.
Now that that's clarified. She snaps her fingers and kind of like waves over this golden tabaxi. Not like golden like how Doc is golden though. This looks more like just like a gold house cat. And so she like kind of walks over and she's just like, Felicity dear, would you mind taking over for a moment? And she's just like, of course, mama. They like do a switcheroo and she kind of like Octavia motions for you guys to follow her and she like heads how do I want this shop to be set up? She heads up the stairs to her. Well, she heads up the stairs to what is her private quarters, which you will find out when you get
Oh.
to the stairs. It's for all of you. It's not just Doc, by the way. It's not like a secret little let's fuck kind of. She's gonna tell you stuff, but like all of you.
That'd be a very awkward thing for Doc.
Y'all need help with something? Actually, I do need help. And it's like the start of some shitty fantasy porno. But no, so
Roll endurance.
y'all gonna follow her up the stairs?
Yes.
No, we're just gonna stop there like a bunch of weirdos.
Duke is frozen in his spot.
Come on, Duke.
He's just gonna stare at the naked tabaxi.
Oh no, his
like
eyes are...
draped in like gold chains. She's just staring at him.
He's like looking up at the ceiling, sweating.
Oh, there's like a very graphic mural on the ceiling.
Even better.
Duke is looking at his boots. Or no, excuse me, his bare feet. He's not wearing boots.
His bloody feet.
Duke. Duke.
Yes.
Come on.
Here, boy.
Here, boy.
I think I'm gonna wait outside.
Feel.
Is Duke going outside of the establishment then?
Yeah, no, I see Doc and Nadine like kind of gesturing to come upstairs. I see like it's kind of awkward that I'm not going, so I'm like,
We can blindfold you if we want. Just don't be, rowdy when people start assuming things.
nope, I can do this. I can do this. Give me a second. All right, be brave. Gotta be brave. And he starts like doing like an awkward, like kind of forced walk forward.
Completely normal. No one looks.
No knee movements. Just like oop, oop.
Be man.
All right, so despite all odds, you make it upstairs to Octavia's private quarters. It's kind of at the end of a long corridor, and you enter, and it's just filled to the nines with plush, velvety kind of pillows and things. Like you can't even really tell where like the bed is supposed to be. It's just like a bunch of pillows. Madame Octavia has a seat on her little parlor vanity. No, is parlor the same thing as vanity? No.
No, parlor's a whole ass room.
Yeah. She just takes a seat on a whole ass room.
She's just that massive of a bird. That's why they put her in charge. She's just supreme.
She
But,
doesn't have
she's-
drumsticks. She has dummy fix. That's what she has.
Jesus
I
Christ!
hate that.
So she sits on her little vanity stool. It's like, the classic peacock color where it's blue. A lot of the room is colors that are on her, but in the room. So it's lots of deep, rich
She
blues and
blends in.
greens and other peacock colors.
I love the concept. Can you imagine if you walked into my room and it was all my skin colored?
Welcome to my flesh room. Terrible. But yeah, so she has a seat on the little vanity stool, and she kind of like gestures for y'all to find a seat on one of the many pillows.
Plop.
Also plop.
I reckon I'll stand here. And he's like kind of like,
Oh, pat the seat.
Honey, I promise it's clean.
Duke, don't be rude to our hostess.
all right. And it takes the seat like barely on the edge of the bed.
He's just like squatting over it, so not actually touching.
Gotta build those leg muscles somehow.
Thinking to himself, I wonder if that mortician needs help bearing them bodies still.
I'd rather be with dead bodies than like hot people, But also valid. So now that y'all settled, she was very like vibrant and very like not quite in your face, but like a nicer way to say in your face. Vivacious? I don't know. But like once she gets upstairs, she kind of like deflates a little bit and she just looks real tired and like pinches the birds don't really have they kind of have a bridge for a nose, don't they?
Pinch her beak.
They brinch their
Yeah.
beaks. Yep.
She pinches her beak and she just kind of sighs and she's like, well, if y'all really are problem solvers, then we do have a bit of a problem here. A lot of my workers have been going missing.
Damn.
I don't, and it's not, we don't do house calls here. Oh, fuck. You know when, like, the accent goes off the rails? Hang on.
Mhm. Mine's a shot in the dark at any moment.
I got my gun. I don't know where the targets are. It's just firing off. Who the fuck knows? We don't really make house calls here. Folks generally come to us, stay at the inn, and then we have guests come in. And most of our workers do stay here, but sometimes, you gotta go shopping, go grocery shopping, get out for a bit. That seems to be when they go missing. It's been a few of them now. I would say about 4 or so.
So you saying we should guard the grocery store?
She kind of chuckles and she's like, no, dear. If y'all are problem solvers, just see if you can give this problem a
Just
solve.
Solve the problem.
You seem like you, and she kind of like, again, eyes your bloody bodies that she's so graciously allowed to sit on her nice pillows now that I think about it. And she just kind of says, I imagine y'all deal with some of the more unsavory types in town, yes?
Yeah, we've been in this line of work about 2 hours now.
We'll call it 3. We'll say it's like 3 in the afternoon now.
We'll be
Wait, no,
generous.
it was just 1. It's 2 now, and y'all met up at like 11, we'll say. So 3 hours, yeah.
We're capable.
Yes.
Well, 2 out of 3 of us. Still a majority.
Yeah, so she just says, I would be mighty obliged if y'all could just keep an eye out, keep an ear out, just see if you know where any of my flock went. I just need to know where they are, that's all. I need to know they're okay, because I severely think they're not.
Can you draw us a picture?
Well, I'm not really much of an artist of myself.
Names would be nice too.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We just don't know what they look like, so I don't know how we're going to find them.
Again, Nadine with the interruption. If you had let her finish. She was going to suggest that you talk to the lad who painted the ceiling, Thomas. She says that now Thomas should be downstairs. I don't think he has any appointments for the day, but
He just stayed around after he finished.
no, Kate, he's hot. He also works here. He just has multifaceted and also is good at painting.
Sorry. I also thought you made up the ceiling thing just to get Carlos to move.
Me too, honestly.
No, I'm kind of into the idea now that there's just erotica on the ceiling and on the walls. You know, it's like
Not on the
it's
floor?
a gaudy place. It's just to the nines artwork and like fancy tapestries, but like it's all got dicks and titties.
The tiles are like dicks and like vaginas, right?
Probably. I don't know if you could do that with mason work, really.
Probably. People
But
are
for sure, there are dicks on the walls and the ceilings.
just disembodied dicks just hanging there.
You don't need a body attached to them, let's be honest.
Of course not.
No, it's like, you know, like perhaps there's one vase and it's like shaped like those ancient Grecian ones where it's like a dick with wings. You know? It's stuff like that. It's tasteful.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, y'all don't know? Y'all don't know? Oh my god. Where's my PowerPoint on that?
What?
Quick detour, y'all. I have to find my PowerPoint about Greek phalluses. One moment.
Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
Put the game on pause.
Wait, excuse me, madam. I reckon I need to use the restroom. Do you have a little doggy room or somewhere I can? I'll just head outside it too, and that's a.
I'd rather you not piss in the street, boy. We have restrooms here.
Dude, are you getting hot under the collar?
I gotta take a piss. Get off.
Did he leave? You offended him to his very core. He had to leave.
I feel like maybe Carlos was trying to say he had to pee, but weirdly.
He had to pee in the real life. Oh god, okay. Let me see if I can find this thing. Hang on.
Okay, was this for a class or was this for your party?
This is for my party.
What?
There's this fun thing you can do where it's like a PowerPoint presentation party and everyone does a PowerPoint presentation slide, which not to shit on my guests, but they did not get as into it as I thought they would. And also some people just didn't do it. And I was like, fuck you guys. But I went all the fuck out and I even had like citation marks. And I still remember to this day, it made my roommate's girlfriend really fucking laugh. And I was like, nice. Give me the link. Get shareable link. Link copy to clipboard. Welcome back.
Hello.
Sorry we offended you.
No, I don't know what happened. My computer just like disconnected.
It didn't want to hear us talk about dicks and boners, I guess.
No, but in all honesty, I do have to use the restroom.
You can go do that if you'd like. I'm gonna force everyone to look at my PowerPoint real quick and then we'll get back to the session.
Oh, this is very fancy.
I went all out.
Are we just gonna leave Craig on?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. It's
Why
easier
not?
for me because otherwise it's gonna be a separate file I have to download. And honestly, I can just edit this out. Or it can
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun bonus content in the off chance that this ever takes off and we develop a Patreon or something. Who the fuck knows?
This is like Wagon Age off the beaten trail.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Ooh, we got the music now too. Fantastic.
But yeah, I think maybe not that one.
Or more dicks.
Oh, that's actually a penis made of stone. Oh, that one too.
It's a lot of dicks. It's a
Yes.
lot of dicks.
Poorly pasted fig leaves.
The Greeks loved dicks.
I mean, who doesn't?
Well, traditionally. But also, this isn't in my PowerPoint. This is a fact I learned later. But apparently, the dicks on Greek statues are always so tiny because they saw like wild raging erections or like just big dicks as being the sign of a man who just cannot control his shit and he's just like off the chain all the time. So like a small dick,
Like that guy?
yeah, that guy, the guy with the long dick that a bird is perching on, yeah, that guy would have been considered an absolute madman. But no, like a small dick was like indicative of like a wise, learned man. He can control his urges, kind of a deal, and that's why so many Greek statues have tiny dicks. But no, I feel like I saw a specific vase where it was like it had wings, but also was a vase. I don't know. Anyways,
There is this thing.
yeah, you know, dicks on
Not
dicks on
really
dicks.
a vase, but
The dick Pegasus that has the dick.
yeah.
Tail of a dick and head of a dick. What beast is this?
Tail is also a dick.
All those Grecians, they love their dicks. But yeah, so there's like lots of that stuff around, and then the equivalent with vaginas, I guess, like bowls. No, like Georgia O'Keeffe artwork. She's the one who painted like flower vaginas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that all over.
Emily, you're just so cultured, Emily.
I am specifically on artistic genitalia. But yeah, so it's like it's a lot of stuff like that all over. So there's no safe place for Duke to look but for his boots. Does Duke actually have to pee, or was that just Carlos trying to say he had to pee?
I thought it'd be funny if Duke also went to the restroom.
Okay. Well, do you want to pick up on that, or just want to glaze past that and say he found the restroom with mild incident, perhaps?
How great were her instructions?
She didn't actually give him,
Mm-mm.
but I will say she said it was downstairs. We'll say under the stairs. There's like a little bathroom area.
Make sure you go to the right room, because
Oh, these are gender neutral bathrooms. It does not matter.
No,
Oh, like not someone's fucking room? Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Right, I'm gonna roll a raw d20.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Okay, let's see it.
What are the chances of me walking in? What do I need to beat to not walk a sex room?
Well, do you want to use a skill? I don't remember all the little skills off the top of my head.
That's all right. I feel like just a raw d20 roll, just luck, you know.
Okay, let's divide it into groups of 4. In that 1 through 5, you walk in on someone mid-fuck. 5 to like 10, we'll say it's someone waiting for someone. And then, well, I guess we'll just do 10 to 20. You can go to the bathroom because I don't want to scar Duke too much.
Oh, come on.
There's time for that later.
So it's like 1 through 3. It's like
Half you mess up.
all right. We'll just see the roll. Okay, nice. That's
Damn.
not bad.
Yeah, he finds the bathroom, no problem. We'll say your advanced sniffer helps you find the toilet smells, I
It goes to the
guess.
door. Nope. Ah, smells like shit. But here's like a noise, like oh nope. Goes to the next door over and goes into this bathroom. Something for everybody.
Are you implying the toilet room is for someone?
That's what I was implying.
Poop fetish is a thing.
Anyways, what's Doc and Nadine doing while Duke goes to the restroom?
Oh, I'm 100% gonna gossip about Duke and be like, Miss Madam Octavia.
Miss Madam, I love that. First name Madam, last name Octavia. What's up? No, sorry, continue.
Our friend there, he's had the hots for you for a while. We've been wanting to visit since we came to town, and well, here we are. Fortunately, we are a little, strapped for cash, as I said earlier.
Well, darling, I don't work for free, and I'm flattered.
Don't worry, we'll come back tomorrow.
He's a little fresh for my tastes.
Ah, of course.
And then you guys just sit in awkward silence, I guess.
All right. Duke kind of you hear bumping outside, and then Duke kind of stumbles into the room, looking at his feet, eyes still down.
And walks all the way back upstairs somehow, I guess, because everyone is still upstairs in Madame Octavia's quarters.
Feeling along the wall, since it's underneath the stairs.
There's
Get back
some
to the room.
murmurs oh, this poor blind boy.
He must work at the brothel to survive.
Oh God.
His touch is just so soft.
All right, guys, you reckon we got everything we need here? Or the missing people?
We didn't really really get anything we needed, but yeah.
Octavia stands up and she says, now, yeah, I promise, if y'all find Thomas, I'm sure he'll have a good enough description of him. He can help y'all out.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I already forgot what Thomas looks like.
You can't miss him. He's a big strapping fella. He's a minotaur, so he'll stand out.
Okay, I feel like you didn't say that before, so thank you.
She didn't. I think because you interrupted her.
What's this place called again? Sun
Sun Cider.
Sun Cider.
No, they didn't want to be so on the nose like that. So Madame Octavia has stood up and she's kind of gesturing you guys to get out of her private quarters. Do you head out?
Radio, let's go, folks. All right, heading on out. Train's leaving the station.
Choo choo! All
We're
aboard!
pulling out.
She follows you guys down the stairs and whatever it is you all do when you get to the bottom stairs, she goes back to where she was at the front desk and she kind of pats Felicity on the shoulder, letting her know she can dip. What are y'all gonna do now?
Is there a big minotaur somewhere?
Yes, there is.
Is there more than one?
Yes.
Oh no.
Let's pretend she also mentioned that Thomas had black fur. There's only one minotaur with black fur. So just to
That's good.
make that a little easier on y'all. He also has little gold caps on his horns, so not to stab people.
Love that.
They're very fancy looking. Do you head over to Thomas or do you want to leave?
You just stare at him.
And now head into the door. Head into the.
He's a very handsome minotaur. He's very fucking shredded. Think bear, but with cow head.
Forgot that we could just leave.
Yeah, you can leave if you want. You don't have to talk to Thomas. It's up to y'all.
Working our way out the door. Let's go. Heading on out.
Duke, just wait a moment. We need to. Well, I guess we don't need to do anything because you're too busy being a little.
What? Little what?
I can't think of a word that is fitting this.
Duke gets real serious and forget that he's nervous.
He's getting dog aggro about it.
He's like squinting his eyes at you. What?
You're just a little, words have just disappeared from my brain.
Ain't a little nothing. Nothing. I ain't afraid of nothing.
I'm very big, I'll have you know, actually.
Oh.
No. I did not care. Duke didn't say that.
God, what are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna have to write a cease and desist.
Let's go find it. Thomas! And he starts shouting Thomas. Duke starts looking for Thomas himself.
Duke, you're gonna sound like a jealous lover. Don't.
A black, minotaur, black fur minotaur, looks at you, and he kind of just, does that snort that, bulls do, and he's just like, what? I can't really do a deep voice because I am not, a 6 foot tall, beefy man, but pretend it's, that real good deep voice that beefy men have. Vision that. And he says, what?
Visualize the voice, guys.
Hear it in your mind's eye.
Duke does a snort back. Yeah, you, Thomas, me and my friends here, we're looking for you, kind of losing steam a little bit. We just need to help answer a few. Need your help to answer a few questions, and we get out of your hair real quick here.
About what?
Doc, I found that.
Does he even have any hair, or is that really?
Well, I mean, he's got fur.
Okay, but that's not hair.
I don't know. It goes down his back and kind of onto his chest. I don't know. He's a hairy dude. He's a minotaur.
He's wearing pants, right? And everything.
He's a loincloth. A very small loincloth.
Is there something dangling below?
It's not that small. No, not a loincloth. What am I thinking of? Banana hammock?
Was that?
Speedo.
It's not that small for or the loincloth.
We'll say he's wearing a Speedo, so it's all contained.
Anywho, me and my friends were wondering here if you could tell us what you're.
They got to keep something to the imagination, otherwise, what are you paying for? So we'll say it's fantasy Speedo, and then
Oh, fantastic!
he also has what's a bracer? Gold bracer, lots of gold. Gold seems to be the metal of choice here. There's some silver, there's some people with silver accessories or copper, but mostly it seems to be very glitzy gold stuff. But yeah, so Thomas has said about what?
There seems to be some of your coworkers have gone missing, your associates, as it were. If you could just go ahead and tell us how they looked like, or last time we saw them, we'll be out of here real quick.
He kind of nods his head real slow, and he says, "Oh, Octavia told you about them, huh? Well,
obviously she did. Now, come on, now we got places to be."
He kind of just snorts at you again, and then stands up. He's very tall. He was sitting at one of the nice low booths all around. There's the main area is just kind of a lounging in area, and then all the rooms are kind of in the back. So he stands up to his full height and he says, "Yeah, I can tell y'all about him." she doesn't really like us talking about it in front of the other patrons, so if y'all come with me, he hits the
God dang, another room. God.
back. So he heads to his own personal quarters, we'll say. And as you guys enter, it's smaller than Madame Octavia's. It's on the first floor. And there's 2 hallways on the bottom of the floor. He goes on the one on the left. And his room's kind of towards the back. No. Yes, his room's kind of towards the back. And when you enter it, there's like, it's not nearly as fanciful as Madame Octavia's room was. Like, it's the same kind of basic setup, it seems, where it's like pillowy bed and then like a mirror to look at. But his room's covered in a lot more artwork and sketches and whatnot. And he just kind of stands there and he says, "What exactly do y'all need to know?"
What they look like, what their names are, where they go sometimes.
Anything that's pertaining to this investigation.
Well, there's Rose. She's an Aarakocra. She hasn't been in for a while. And then there's Iva. She's a dwarf.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes she... It's for you, Kate. All the dwarves are for you. Sometimes she helps me braid my fur because she does a real mighty fine job braiding her own beard.
That's really cute.
You get the sense from what you've noticed in like the 40 minutes or so you've been here, all the workers, like it's like a little family. And so actually, roll insight. Let's see.
I'm on it. Just kidding, my mouth.
We were actually smelling incest.
No, no incest in my good, wholesome server.
Did I do good? I can't see. I did.
Nah, you did shit.
Hey.
I don't know if not Doc, just kidding. I don't know if Duke should roll insight because I don't know if Duke's been aware enough of the patrons to know,
Wait, what?
to be fair.
No, yeah. No.
They really are family because they all look the same.
Oh.
Not to
roll.
take this good roll from you.
Oh, no, I'd take it away. Or tell you what, I'll roll at disadvantage. I haven't been looking at all.
Sounds good. You saw one titty and you were just like, oh, not for me.
That's it. Oh, we're all so insightful.
There sure are people walking around here, Duke, as far as you're aware. They don't have as much clothes on as you might prefer, but there's people. But Doc and Nadine, you kind of get the sense, like, even though it seems business as usual and everyone's kind of like light and flirty and having a good time, you know, some people are drunk even though it's 3 p.m. because, you know, life sucks. But there is like an undercurrent of kind of like anxiety and kind of sadness because, you know, it's essentially members of their family have gone missing and no one really knows why. Because, like, you know, it's either like they come back and it's like, oh, cool, or their dead body shows up and they're like, bummer, but at least now we know what happens. So far, none of that has happened. So it's like kind of, you know, what the fuck's going on? So Thomas then continues his very insightful explanation of what's going on. And he just says, there's also Peaches. They're a gnome, got real blonde hair. Also, in my universe, because I can, gnomes have tails. So jot that down.
Okay, furry.
Kate, you can't drag me for filth like that. You know what my brand is. You can't do this to me.
I'm gonna use that now. Freaking okay, furry.
That's why God gave me a mouth.
Specifically to drag my furry friend. Okay. And then he also says, and then there's a Sterling. They're a human, kind of, they're small for a human. Well, they're small in general, I suppose. And they got real fine silver hair. I suppose that's why they're called Sterling.
Is he also a silver fox, or?
Said he was a human. What do you mean a fox?
How old is Sterling? People do like to fuck when they're old.
I mean, old enough to work at a brothel, old enough to be a fox.
He's like 90 years old.
In my mind, they just wanted to dye their hair silver because they were extra. It wasn't more like it had turned that because of age. I imagine in a world with magic, you can just cosmetically make yourself look like what the fuck ever, kind of. And
It's kind of hot.
have any of you been to the mainland or from the mainland, or have you been here like your whole lives? Well, Duke and Nadine, I guess you've been here forever, huh?
He's been here his whole life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, do you ever make your way over to the mainland?
Does it cost a lot of money?
Yeah.
No.
All right, well then I'll have you guys roll history and just see if maybe you've picked stuff up just because, you know, when you exist and you learn things. Like, I've never been...
When you exist.
Well, like, I've never been to, like, Michigan, but I know some things about it, you know? Oh,
Heard of Michigan.
I've heard of the Mitten State or whatever. I forget you guys are bad at history.
Hey, I did fucking great.
That's true.
Nadine's the smartest of all of us.
The brains of the operation.
I can't read, but I can remember.
Just let that sink in.
D&D, it lets you remember things.
Yeah, the players don't have to remember, just the DM.
That's always my favorite thing in Critical Role, where he's like, well, I wouldn't, but Caleb would. And I'm like, hey, nice. Thomas told you about Iva and Rose and Peaches, yes?
Yes, and Sterling.
Okay. And Sterling.
I reckon that's enough people.
Which we do not know if Sterling is old or young.
See, that's my ageism, because I just assume everyone in this brothel is young and hot. But, like, some people probably want to fuck old people.
You said there's somebody for everybody.
I know, I did say that. But I guess I was just picturing what I like to look at. Yeah,
Right.
we'll say Sterling's like a silver fox type. He's older.
So we've got a bird, which you like, a bearded dwarf,
Okay, listen.
a tail gnome,
Listen.
and a silver fox. Gotcha, Emily.
I just like pretty people. And just to speed it up, because I'm sick of doing Thomas's voice, he also mentions Harvey, who's a tabaxi. He also is more of the house cat looking variety.
That's more than one.
We'll say he's your classic gray tabby. How many did Octavia say we're missing?
4.
Oh, well,
Now there are 5. See what you've done.
you took too long and now another one's gone missing. And actually, we're going to add on to that a 6th one because I already came up with him. So we're going to use him. Jake, a lizard folk. And that's when our recording program died, which we should have anticipated, given that Discord was really having a lot of issues with this session, recording and whatnot. So should have seen this coming. Oh well, luckily, next episode's already recorded. Minimal to no problems if I recall. Still in the process of editing it, so we'll find out. You also may have noticed we had some tunes going on during this episode. And those tunes are Breaktime, 5-Card Shuffle, and Dark Walk, all by Kevin MacLeod, which you can find links to those below in the episode description. So we'll see you here again next week for another episode of Heroes Feast.